Wolves versus Arsenal was the last game that I wanted to touch on for match day 10 of the Premier League. Wolves beat Arsenal 2-1. One more time, let me just reiterate. Best wishes to Raul Jimenez. Hope to see him on the field again, hopefully soon. We'll see how it plays out. I know people were worried that his career might be over. He did crack his skull, so we'll still have to see how that plays out. But I think he should hopefully be able to come back. As a Mexican myself, as a Wolves fan, as just a human being, a fan of soccer, football, I wish to see him back on the field. Raul Jimenez was having one of his... He's having one of the best seasons of his career, like this last 2 seasons and going into the season. He's really enjoying his soccer. He's playing good for the national team. He's playing good for Wolves. There's a lot of transfer news around him. He could go to a bigger team. This is the best soccer Raul Jimenez has played in his whole career. So hopefully this injury does not deter him. Hopefully he has no long-term effects because of this. And hopefully he's back on the field for Wolves scoring. He's back on the field for Mexico scoring, and we're all able to enjoy his soccer game. So best of wishes to Raul Jimenez. I hope you get well soon. But as far as this game, Wolves showed a lot of heart to win, losing their star man. Raul Jimenez is their best player. Raul Jimenez is what makes them go in the front three. And everyone knows Raul Jimenez. He's been splendid for the Wolves. And they subbed in their 18-year-old Silva, who's their most expensive player ever, but hasn't really been getting playing time. So to get this result at Arsenal, at Arsenal for the first time, this is the first league win for Wolves at Arsenal since 1979. So it's been a long time coming, 41 years since their last victory at Arsenal. So shout out to the Wolves. Without Raul Jimenez, magnificent result. Neto has been brilliant this season. He's really stepped up since Jota left. 20 years old. He's really coming into himself. We all know what Jota has done with Liverpool. We all know what he's been doing with Portugal. He's been a scoring machine in the Premier League, in international games. He's taken that next step. But if you didn't know, another Portuguese player that took his spot for Wolves has really stepped up. Neto has been brilliant this season. He's dangerous with the ball on his foot. He's been getting goals this season. Neto, watch out for him. He has the potential. I think he's like 4 years younger than Jota. He's faster than him. He's great with the ball on his foot. I love Jota. I miss him. I wish him the best. He was one of my favorite players at Wolves, but it's been amazing to see what Neto has been able to do with the Wolves this season. At the ripe age of 20 years old, it looks like he's blossoming into an elite player. He's very shifty with the ball on his foot. He's not afraid to go at players. He has little step overs. He's quick. I really like what I see from Neto. He's looked very dangerous. He got on the net. He scored the goal. He scored the opening goal for Wolves, and then he got the shot for the second goal. Goalie couldn't keep it. Podence got it and scored the second goal. So Neto was directly involved in both goals. Shout out to Neto. I like what I see from you. Amazing performance by Neto. Amazing season he's having. And as far as the Wolves, this was one of the first games that they played with the back four. And I think it really allowed their field players to shine. This is one of the few times that I could remember that Adama Traoré, Podence, and Neto were all on the field together. Usually it's 2 of the 3. If it's Podence and Neto, Adama's on the bench. If it's Adama and Neto, Podence is on the bench. If it's Adama and Podence, Neto's on the bench. They usually keep him on the wings, but because they played the back four, it allowed them to have more offensive players. They played with Neto on the left, Adama on the right, Podence as the center, and then they had Raul Jimenez at the top when he was in the game, and then they had Silva come in. Wolves looked very dangerous. The back four was solid. Cody and Bali were really great at the back. So overall, great performance by the Wolves. This is one of their best starts to a season, to a campaign. And as far as Silva, he came in for Raul Jimenez, 18 years old. He came in and had a pretty solid game. He was good in link-up play. He held the ball up good. He has a pretty big physique. He looked good. I'm excited to see him moving forward. He will get some chance. He will get a chance to shine in the coming games with Raul Jimenez out. Hopefully, Raul Jimenez is not out for too long. Hopefully, he can come back relatively quick within the next month or two. We'll see how it goes. Take as long as you want, Raul Jimenez. The head is one of the most dangerous, sensitive spots in your body. So just make sure you're good before you come back. And hopefully Silva could shine in your time out. 18 years of old. The Wolves invested a lot of money in him. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. As far as Arsenal, they're really struggling. This is the worst start ever. This is the worst Premier League start ever for Arsenal after 10 games. Is 13 points out of 10 games. Unacceptable for Arsenal. What looked to be a promising season has quickly soured. Before the season started, I predicted Arsenal would finish top 4. I'm looking like a clown right now because of that. They did win the FA Cup. They did win the Community Shield. And that had people excited. That had people thinking Arteta was the man for the job. It looked like Arsenal was on their way back to being a competitive main character in the Premier League. They were going to compete for the top 4. They were going to go back to their old ways of winning. And that has quickly been soured. People are forgetting about those victories. Aubameyang can't find the back of the net. He has 1 goal in 10 games. It kind of looks like he doesn't want to be there sometimes because of his lack of effort or his just the way his body language is not right. I don't know what's going on with Aubameyang. There was this video too of Arteta where he's coaching a player. I think he's about to make a sub and he doesn't know what he's going to tell him. He's just thinking. And then he tells him what comes to his head. And people are making fun of Arteta that he's just making stuff up on the fly as he goes. And it was pretty funny. I hope he's not doing that. I hope he's actually using his tactics that he works on through the week. But it was just a funny video. But this season has not been funny at all for Arsenal. Honestly, probably the one thing they could do is just get Aubameyang to start scoring goals. They can't score goals to save their lives. It just looks like a rough season for Arsenal. That top 4 finish that I predicted, cancel that. I revoked that. I did not say that. I might have to take down the clip just because it's not going to happen. I can tell you right now, no matter how good Arsenal turn their season around, which that's even in doubt. I don't even know if they will. They're not going to finish top 4. They're not going to finish in Europa League either. It looks pretty dire for Arsenal right now. And they have Tottenham up next. And Tottenham should beat them. In my opinion, Tottenham are top of the table. Arsenal are 14th. So it just looks like, honestly, I don't want to say this, but Arteta might not even make it to the end of the season, if I'm being honest. Worst start ever after 10 games. 14th place, 13 points out of 10 games. It's looking bad for Arsenal. They have to do something in January to get some players in here because it's just not working right now. And Arteta might not be the man for the job. He looked good in the offseason. He looked good when he won the FA Cup. He looked good when they won the Community Shield. But the Community Shield is the Community Shield. FA Cup, all right, I'll give you that one. But how much leeway is that going to get him just because he did get 2 trophies? I don't know. But Aubameyang doesn't look like he wants to be there, so that should be their number one concern. Get back into his graces, make Aubameyang feel good again, and get him scoring some goals, and maybe they could turn their season around. But it's looking rough. As far as the Wolves, they climb up to 7th. For them, pretty good start of the season, and they just hope to get Raul Jimenez back. And they'll see what they have in Silva in the next coming weeks. And tough game coming up. They have Liverpool next. So we'll see how they do against that. Hopefully they're able to get a draw or something out of it. Because I'm a Wolves fan, so I am rooting for them. But